Hello, Aries, my fire family. How are you? I hope you are well. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I'm here to do a bonus read, my friends. You get a bonus read every time I get 1,000 clicks or more, and you have been clicking. Holy smokes, you've been clicking. So thank you for all of the attention on my last video. I appreciate you, and it's gotten you to here. Let's get you a bonus read here. Let's look at this. For you, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Look, this is still a general reading, as they all are. And as long as you realize that this is not your personal reading, that this is a general reading, then we'll get along just fine. And there's no reason for you to be upset that it's not your reading. I am reading general energies. And if the general collective wants to talk about home and hearth, we talk about home and hearth. And if the general collective wants to talk about love, that's what comes out. So here we are. For you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I do not date or time these, my friends. So it is what it is. And it may resonate now or it may resonate in the future. Let's take a look. Tell me what is up for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aries energy, please. Ooh, okay. Well, what's this? We have the Page of Wands. Some good news. That page is pointing into the past. Why is that? Why is that? Messenger pointing into the past. Tell me more about Aries, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you for your cross-watching, by the way. There's someone that you walked away from in the past, Aries. That's what it looks like. Someone that you disconnected from emotionally, or maybe they disconnected from you. Take it as it resonates. But I feel like you're thinking about sending some sort of a message to somebody that you've disconnected from. Now, I think that our next full moon is on the 25th of January. So maybe you're going to wait until the full moon. And I'm just saying that because we got a big fat full moon above this person's head. It feels like you're headed off. You've disconnected from something, and you've disconnected and walking away. It feels like the Eight of Cups for me feels like you don't want to settle, and it feels like you don't want to settle for something in the past. Feels like there is a decision that needs to be made here. There's a wand in the hand of the page and a wand in the hand of the person on the Eight of Cups. So there is a decision that has to be made. You're at some sort of a crossroads here, Aries. We do have the Queen of Cups pointing into the future here. You know, I think someone went on without you. I feel like this person who could be, to me, this is Pisces energy, but could be Cancer and Scorpio as well. This is a general reading, so it's a water sign. And it feels like if it's not a water sign, it's someone who you know to be very compassionate. Someone who is very kind, compassionate, possibly a mother. This is someone who is the Queen of Cups, so she is feminine leaning, but she also has masculine energy, as we all do. People, plants, animals, right? We all have the dual energy here. We have to, because 100% masculinity would be toxic. 100% femininity would be toxic, right? That's why we're all a super good balance, right? We all have our different and own balances here. I want to say that there is somebody from the past that you did disconnect from here, and it feels like you want to send them a message, but that's not right now because the page has their back to the Queen. And the Queen is carried on without you, I want to say. The Queen is carried on into the future without you. But you feel that this person is your wish fulfillment because the Queen does carry a cup, and there's 8 here. And that's 9 cups here. It feels like the Queen is the one who carries the cup that will bring you wish fulfillment. But first you have to leave something in the past. I feel like you're going to be making some sort of a decision to leave something in the past, to disconnect from something here. The Sun energy is here, and that is Leo. And you know, when the Sun is here, everything grows. Oh, very much. So it looks to me like you've grown from the Page to the King. There's growth here. That's what it looks like here. So we have the Sun energy, and it's like everything is clear now. Now that you have, I want to say that you've grown energetically. I mean, you could have grown in years. You could have grown from a teenager to a man, I don't know, or a woman, right? Take it as it resonates. But it does feel like the Sun is here to tell me that there has been growth. And I want to say that you are now the king, that you sit on the throne here. You're very focused on something here. You're very focused on a new path. It's holding the scepter here. We've got the Ace of Wands that is in the hand of the of the page is also in the hand of the king, right? Nothing, they've got the same, that's why I feel like somebody's grown up here because of the sun. It also feels here that since whatever went on in the past, that you've grown a lot. And now we're talking in kings and queens. We're not talking any longer in pages and queens. We have Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy here. Tell me more about Aries. What? All right, so I feel like there is some sort of an illusion here, I want to say. Some sort of an illusion, that something that has been going on with you. You've had some rosy-colored glasses on, or you haven't been able to make a decision, or you have a lot of opportunities. Something with the Seven of Cups tells me it was overwhelming to make some sort of a decision. I feel that with the Lovers here, that it's like a decision is made. You are making, you've made a decision about your growth. You've outgrown something here. It feels like you've outgrown the Eight of Cups, that you want the Two. And it feels like this is a decision that you're making about a soulmate, is what it feels like. Why is this guy transparent? Could be an illusion. Sorry, just looking. Every time I see these cards, they always come up with something different for me. All right, let's talk about what you walked away from here. Tell me about the Eight of Cups, please, for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what's going on here. It is something emotional. You've pulled your emotions out of something, or you will be. We have the Eight of Wands here. It's something that's going to happen fairly quickly here. Things are about to speed up. We do have the Hanged Man energy. That's very interesting. So it feels like you've been agonizing over a decision to leave somewhere. You've been trying to look at it from every possible angle. Your gut is telling you to go. Your gut is telling you that it feels like you're leaving behind the Hanged Man energy, and it feels like you've been hanging here for a while. You've been hanging here for a while, but you got to get out of this dream state and into reality here, where you have to move. And I feel like we're looking at the Ninth Wand here, that maybe you're feeling a little bit exhausted, feeling like you need to make a decision, or you have a path you need to figure out. It feels like you need to move forward here. 8, 9, 10. We've got wands here, right? And it feels like you're about to drop some sort of a burden in the past and disconnect from it emotionally because of something that you've seen, something that is very clear to you now. We could be talking about a job. I feel like we're talking about people, but we could be talking, for some of you, about leaving something that you're attached to emotionally here. We have the Queen of Swords. Oh boy. So I feel like there is a choice. That's the Lovers. There is a choice. I feel, Aries, there is somebody here who is possibly Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This is somebody here that has got you stuck. They've got you stuck, and it feels like you're about to get unstuck, get out of your mind, get out of your this stuck energy. It's time to move forward. And I think that the only way you can move forward, because you've seen something you can't unsee, is by disconnecting emotionally from the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords looks like she has her back to everything. This person is someone from the past, and or this is someone that you're leaving in the past. Tell me about the Sun energy, please. It feels like you have come to the realization that you have to go because you are looking for something more meaningful. And I don't mean that the Queen of Swords isn't meaningful, but I feel like this person deals with everything in a very detached, sort of aloof kind of way. And I don't think that's how you are, because you're showing up, of course, as the King of Wands. I feel like you're far more attracted to like someone who is very compassionate and beautiful and kind and loving and psychic. And I feel like that's something that has caught your eye. But I feel like this person dealing in swords here is not what you want. It feels like you've gained some clarity here with the Sun. And now you know that you must pull away from the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you are pulling away for sure. We do have the the World card here and the Star. So it feels like you've realized that that's not what you want. You don't want someone who's kind of detached and not dealing in cups and not dealing in fire. This person's dealing in swords, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. There's a lot of people who are beautiful, logical, intelligent minds that are in swords, but I feel like that's not your thing. So we have the World card. Something here is ending. You're closing a door to something here, and it's time for you to heal. Because there's something else here. The ships are coming in. And I feel like the ships that are coming in is the Page of Wands. It's good news. And the good news is got the sun next to it. It feels like everything's been illuminated. You're making a decision because now you see things clearly. And I want to say that with the sun here and the Star, that you've had some sort of a realization or an awakening of some kind. It feels like you see things really clearly, that you're healed of the mind, you're healed from what you've seen, and you've decided you've got to close the door because there's more out there for you. You're waiting for whatever else is going to come to you. I think that you are sending a message of sorts here. And I think we're looking at in the future here, you and this Queen of Cups here. What's the relationship between you and the Queen of Cups here, Aries? You might be friends in the Pentacle world. You could have worked together. Six of Pentacles tells me you two have given each other reciprocity before. But maybe your life was too busy and maybe you became disconnected because the Six of Pentacles, you can see people with their hands reaching out. Maybe you're somebody, Aries, who has children, or, your Pentacle life just sort of kept you away from this Queen. I think that the Queen kind of went on without you, though. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, it's been a long while since you've seen this person or talked to them. The Knight of Pentacles is here. So I think a long time ago, in a life before, and I don't mean in the life before, but I mean like, a year ago, 5 years ago, we got 6 Pentacles, and 1 for me as a reader, Pentacles are years. So it could be 7 years ago that you saw this person, you haven't spoken to them since then. But I feel like you've always been holding an opportunity. It feels that you've been waiting. You were waiting for more growth. And the sun here tells me that you've grown from the Page to the King, right? There could be an age gap here. And maybe it was you that was younger, possibly. But it feels like you've grown up. And even though it may not be chronologically, it may be 7 years later. But maybe it's not chronologically that you've grown up. But maybe you've grown up in energy. You are now on the throne. And so is the Queen. So we are dealing on the same vibration now with somebody else. We do have the Ten of Pentacles. This is a person I feel that means everything to you. I think that this is a pentacle relationship, so it feels like you met at work or you met on in the world somewhere. This person is someone that you already know. It feels like they are part of your pentacle life. It could be in a place where you were making money, so it could be the workplace, for sure. Tell me why the Queen carried on without you. Because she knew there was competition. And a queen is not going to hang around for the competition. No. So she knew there was competition for your love, and so this person just turned away and walked off into the future without you. In fact, they did it pretty quick, I think. I feel like they kept their feelings under the surface because they knew that you already had a person. They kept their feelings under the surface. It does feel like this person moved on to some sort of a victory in their life, but they still think about you. This person has never stopped thinking about you. You infiltrate their dreams. They wake up at night thinking about you. I feel like this person looks into the future and hopes one day they'll see you there. Tell me about this, the Lovers, please, for Aries. So it is a decision that you're making. What's the decision that Aries is making here, please? to move along. So I feel like whoever this queen is in the past here, that you are moving along to someone who can fulfill you in terms of cups. Because it feels like this one might be a little bit aloof. Like I said, detached. This person could be someone who is divorced, and I'm not saying anything bad about divorce. I'm a divorcee. But, you know, you get to a place in your life where maybe she's not interested in cups. Maybe she's interested more in swords than she is in cups. But I feel like you're interested in cups. So we have the Six of Swords here. You take the lessons that were taught in this relationship here. The Six Swords to me are all lessons, communications, connections, conversations, the knowledge that you've learned from back there. You bring it into the present moment, I think. You've, with the 9 cups here, you want wish fulfillment. And your wish fulfillment, part of that, I feel, is cups. We've got 1 and 9 and 1 is 10. That's 10 cups here. Yeah. I want to say that maybe this wasn't the most ideal relationship for you back here, because it does feel like that somebody here kind of left you hanging and that they had their back to you while you were stuck. And so I feel like this person being very aloof and in their head is like, why can't Aries figure it out? I mean, I can figure it out. Just get in your head and figure it out. But it feels like they weren't helping you along with this decision you were trying to make. So what you did is you closed the door. You're like, then you're not invested in me. I think that you were feeling really vulnerable as you closed the door. I don't think that you knew that you were doing something right. Like, it felt like almost like you were not doing the right thing. I feel like you are making this decision here, and it is to move forward here with the happiness that you want with your wish fulfillment. We've got the Six of Wands, and I feel like, you know, people in your life are going to be cheering you on. That this person probably kind of felt a little bit cold, this one here, and it feels like you're moving into a place where there's like a lot of happiness here. I think you do worry about whether or not there is competition for the queen, because we do have 5 candles up in this chandelier, and to me candles are wands, right? The lighting a fire here. But the Six of Wands tells me you're going to have victory. After going through a hardship, it feels like you make a decision and you're going to have victory here. But what does the Queen of Cups have to say about that? Is the Queen of Cups interested? Because I feel like you're interested in a long-term relationship with this person, but it feels like, and that's what's on your mind, I think, but it's taken a very long time and you haven't talked to this person in years. So it doesn't feel like it's much more than maybe 5 or 7 years. I don't think we're getting into 10, 20, 30 years. That's not what I'm feeling here at all. We have the Four of Pentacles. So this queen might be a little bit closed off to you, my friend. Maybe they're not in a sharing mood. Four of Pentacles is closed down, shut off. Somebody here, I feel, is already taking care of business all by themselves. Look at that. The Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. So your queen has become in charge. She's carrying a business, or there's a lot of people reporting to this person, or they're just on their own, paying the mortgage, paying the bills, carrying a business, you know, all of that kind of stuff. But they're doing really well. They're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles here. So it feels like this person went on their way and they rapidly found success, but they never stopped thinking about you, Aries. I think you're still on their mind. But this person is quite stable financially. They have a stable business if it's a business that they run. This person's in charge. They're the authority on something. And I feel like they're really not in the mood to let anybody in. However, we do have a lot of changes that are coming up here for you, Aries. So it looks like there's some changes here. The Wheel of Fortune is here. There it is. Changes in love. So I feel as though it's divine timing. And because you've spent some time apart, it feels like you've grown up. The Queen has grown up. It feels like we are both dealing in kings and queens now. The Wheel of Fortune, of course, the ruling planet being Jupiter. Jupiter is direct now. And it feels like all of these great things are going to be happening for you. Money, abundance here. Fish and water to me are money. Not only love is in this card, but it feels like there's a moon phase that needs to pass. It needs to go to the full moon here. And I feel like you might be looking more at the end of the month, that maybe you're in a healing phase right now, waiting for the healing, right? Because we have the Three of Wands and the Star. So I feel like you have hope, but in the meantime, you're healing. But I feel like you're about to move into or walk into a very abundant time in your life. The Wheel of Fortune is here. And, the Wheel of Fortune is all about change. And this has been some pretty hard change here because you weren't willing to change. You weren't willing to see things for what they were. And so I think that you had to go through this hardship here in order to get to this beautiful stuff here. So the Ace of Cups, I feel that you're probably going to wait to the end of the month, 26th, I think, or 25th is the full moon. I feel like you're going to wait to the end of the month before you connect with or contact this Queen here. I feel like you are sending a messenger or you're sending a message. Tell me what the message is to the Queen, please, from Aries. It's like you're going to tell them everything's done. You're going to tell them that it came to a very painful ending, a very sort of detached and painful ending with this Queen of Swords. And now you're manifesting something different. You have the space now to begin again, whether it's in a conversation or, the Ace of Cups did show up right at the bottom of the deck. So we have the Fool. Yeah, you're going to tell them that you're ready for something new and that you've taken off the rosy colored glasses here, that you feel pretty confident that this person is going to feel pretty emotional about you arriving on the scene because it's been so long. But I think in the time that you've been away, the love has been growing. We do have the Knight of Cups here. Love has been growing. It's time to make things right. It's time for judgment. It's time for you to make a really big decision, for the Queen to make a really big decision. And after being up in your head for a really long time, it's time for the truth to come out. And the truth is that you've been waiting a long time to be with this person. And we've got sevens here, right? And now that you're single, it's time to move forward. Aries, that's what I got for you. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I appreciate you. Please let me know in the comments if this is something that belongs to you. I always come in on chapter 8 of a good 20-chapter book. I never know what's going on. So tell me what's going on. Energies we have here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Aries. We do have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. We've got Leo. We've got Gemini energy. Aquarius energy, Pisces energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Aries, again, I said was here. Yeah. All right, gonna go for now. Thanks, Aries, for watching, and thanks for all of your clicks and likes. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.